Right now, it is time for Cowboys win because Cowboys lose because. Kevin, I'm going to let you take this one first because Cowboys win or Cowboys lose. You take it.
So I'm going to go Cowboys win because, and I know Mickey referenced this earlier, and I understand all of the reasons that he's right, but I'm still going to stick with it. Dak Prescott freaking owns the Giants, man. He's got a 13-game winning streak against the Giants. It's the longest winning streak by an NFL quarterback against a single opponent since Tom Brady against the Bills in 2003 to 2010. The only streak by a quarterback longer in NFL history is Bob Greasy against the Bills. So the poor Bills have been on the wrong side of this a couple times. But death, taxes, and Dak Prescott beats the New York Giants, and that is why the Cowboys are going to win this game.
I'm curious for you, were those teams that Dak played with better? Or is it just the simple fact that Dak said, as he said, hey, what they did to me in the first game, I've used that as motivation ever since. And you know what? If that's the case, get hyped for every game the same way, dude.
Right.
But like, is it just him and he's got a special quality in these games, or were those teams really good?
No, I definitely think those teams were good, but I would go back. I think you could find probably at least two matchups where the Giants were at least even or probably had a good shot at winning. But Dak Prescott against these common opponents, against these divisional opponents, he has shown, especially in the regular season, to be excellent at making adjustments.
I thought Bobby made a really good point this morning on their show. He said Shoddy would disagree with them, but there's no level of looking past a team that would justify the Cowboys losing to the Giants. Yes. They just are not the quality of team to be able to compete with even what the Cowboys are, whether you think they're middle of the pack or whatever. The Giants just aren't even close to that talent-wise, and that should be the difference in this game. Alec?
I want to go back to Bobby Belt before, who is in the building. He tweeted this yesterday, and I thought it was amazing. The last time Dak lost to the Giants, Barack Obama was president. Game of Thrones had 2 seasons left. Patrick Mahomes was still at Texas Tech. The Astros hadn't won a playoff series in over a decade. Cooper Flagg was 9 years old, and Dabo Swinney did not have a title. So it's been quite a while.
And Game of Thrones still has another season to give us, I believe, at some point, right? We didn't truly get the final season.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they just
kind
of rushed
erase
through
that?
it. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Yeah.
Guys,
just reboot that season.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like with the outrage, you kind of just need to start over at this point. I never watched it, but my dad was furious, so I assume, hey, something bad happened. Cowboys win because, gentlemen, Russell Wilson. They win because Russell Wilson does not handle pressure in this game with his offensive line that has been as shaky as ever in New York here. We'll just say the Dak Prescott era, it feels like they've had a couple of decent offensive lines in New York. That has not been the case the past couple of years. And, you know, Mickey's talked about it a few times this week, and it's the absolute truth that the second he doesn't feel he has enough time to get his first read, he's going to take off and make a dumb decision more times than not. So if you can contain him, if you could just keep him in his current state, which is an aging quarterback that has lost his touch in the run game, that has lost his touch in decision-making, then you should win this game.
Yeah, don't let him have any fun playing the game.
Great way to put it.
With old men, Kevin, when they get that fun, running through the veins, I'm an old man. Whenever they get the fun rolling through the veins, and they're like, man, this is why I play the game again. Now remember, I'm not talking about you, Thunder Dan. But when
poor Dan.
the Thunder Dan's one of our Tolos out here at Taco Bueno. He, whenever you get that feeling though of like, this is why I play the game, you can have a special day. It doesn't mean you're going to have a special year because this is kind of like Dirk. Dirk was like, look, on a night, Charles Barkley said this about Dirk and himself. On a night, he can do this, but can he do it every single night? And Dirk kind of understood it takes so much for me to get out there. Some nights are going to be different than others.
Sure.
So make this be one of those nights where he does not like playing football. I'm right there with you. Cowboys win for me, Kevin, is going to be because and this does go along with Dak, but because of the receivers. CeeDee Lamb, I do not think is going to ever have another game like he had, a moment like that. And I do wonder I think, Kevin, Alec, that game, that rain delay might have been the best thing for them. Now you're going, hold on, what the hell are you talking about? They lost the game. But that moment of Miles Sanders fumbling the ball was a potential moment for everything to flood them, and an opportunity for them to just get lost in, oh, crap, we are not going to be able to overcome this, and then just a tidal wave of things going wrong for them. What ended up happening was they went in there, Schottenheimer was able to refresh them a little bit, get them refocused. Now, obviously, they lost, but that defense looked different when they came back out, and there was just a different approach. I thought that was a really opportune time for failure, and it happened to CeeDee Lamb, but it didn't happen to some of the other guys out there in that game. So I'm going to say that because of the receivers, CeeDee Lamb, I think Pickens is going to have a big game too. The opportunities are going to be there, and I just don't think that the Giants secondary is going to be able to run with those horses right there. Cowboys lose because.
Oh, can I give you a couple fan texts?
Read the fan text, Kevin.
From the 817, Cowboys win because CeeDee Lamb has 15 catches for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And they only lose because the world shuts down and football is suspended. Hey, that happened like 5 years ago, so it could happen.
Before. Yeah.
And then there's a Cowboys lose because from the 469 that I don't want to read because it involves terrible things happening to me in Las Vegas.
Oh, my gosh, you're going to be held captive as a sex slave.
What?
I don't see it happening, but I'll let you know. Well, I guess I won't let you know because
you're held captive. It does remind me, though, of that moment where Mike was walking down the road in Vegas, and that woman cracked her whip on the ground, and he said no. And, and then he asked her if her father was proud of her, and that was funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Was that moment in radio? That was my favorite moment of all time.
I know it won't happen because Mike and I weren't together at the time, but I would love to see that lady now at like a bank or something, and she's like, hey, did you work with this guy named Mike? And I was like, I did. And he goes, oh, well, tell Mike he really turned my life around. I really thought about what he said, but like, obviously that won't happen for a variety of reasons. I was going to throw out Cowboys lose because George Pickens continues to struggle with early season routes. I'm not saying that this will be the case all season, and I know George Pickens has already said, hey, I don't care as much about getting more touches as I do getting open, and a lot of people have gone back, and we've talked about quite a bit, not running the crispest or in some cases correct routes. So I could see that being a loss if he continues to kind of struggle with the route tree early in the season.
Alec?
Cowboys lose because you're going to be shocked by this. Russell Wilson. And the reason I say that is because if he does make the right decisions running around and you can't keep contained, which you saw happen plenty of times, if we're being honest, in the Philly game, which, don't get me wrong, Jalen Hurts is a much better runner than Russell Wilson is at this stage of his career, but if he is able to force the Cowboys to break contain, overcommit on the pass rush, then they're going to be in trouble because he's not going to get a 95-yard rushing touchdown or anything pretty, but it's going to be enough to consistently move the chains to the point where hopefully they respect, they overcommit to him as a runner, and then that can open up things on the back end for a guy like, I don't know, Malik Neighbors. Mm-hmm. That's not what I want to see happen, and it's a reality that could happen. Do I think it happens? No, but it could.
I think the biggest factor in this game, it could blow up the Cowboys' entire offensive plan. And fortunately, I have a lot of faith in the offensive coaches on this team right now. I really do. But I think it might be a struggle to run the ball. Dexter Lawrence is an absolute beast in the middle. That front seven, I think, would be the reason that the Cowboys would lose. They could blow up the Cowboys' offensive plan in a heartbeat. Abdul Carter could, apply pressure from all over the field. They actually use him the way we wanted Micah to be used around here by lining him up across the place. Brian Burns is an elite pass rusher. He can destroy your game plan by himself, and they have a handful of guys on that defense in that front seven that could give fits to guys like Tyler Booker and create some problems across that offensive line. That offensive line, Kevin, we said it before the season. It started with Tyler Guyton needing to be a certain level, but that offensive line is the key to what this offense can do overall.
All right. You just mentioned a player I'm really intrigued by. I wanted to ask y'all, I want to ask the Twitch, YouTube, Frankel and Frankel, Injury Attorney text line. Do you get intrigued with the opportunity to see these high-level rookies early in the season? Like, I know none of us are hoping that Abdul Carter succeeds, but I have to admit I am excited to see him just because he was such a high pick and there's a lot of, steam behind him.
Yeah, I mean, Micah saying that he was the next version, maybe better than himself.
Right.
That was hearing that from that kind of accolade, knowing how highly touted he was in the draft. I know what I watch whenever I watch film of him, but now I want to see how that I always am looking forward to how it transfers to the NFL, because now it's the best of the best. The biggest, fastest, strongest guys. Can you do the things that you did in college? So, yeah, that's for sure. But also, I kind of want to see by halftime a score so big that Russell Wilson has to come out and Jackson Dart has his opportunity to step into this game and see how he handles it too.
Okay, but are you not worried at all about from the 4-6-9? Well, not worried, but should Russell Wilson be worried? Cowboys win because Future beats Russell Wilson up the night before and he can't play.
Well,
they're in Dallas, though. Is Future going to be around here, or is he?
Yeah, Future can't make his way to Dallas. Come on.
He's got at least one song where he references Dallas and his love for it and the women here. So
They've
we
been together
that naked photo shoot was weird, though.
We all know that.
Oh, absolutely.
They've been together for a long time, though. Do you think he's given up on that, or do you think he's like, no, she's still mine?
I mean, I'd respect the level of pettiness. I'd say you probably need to talk to somebody about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you guys know me. I love all things petty.
That is true.
So I'd say, hey, you're powerful. You can just write songs about them.
Alec Medford, huge Tom Petty fan.
That's right.
Oh, I guess I don't get counted as that. I like him. You know what this is going to be really bad. You know what I like the most about Tom Petty?
Hold on, Kevin. I want you to save that for the next segment.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, I want you to save that for the next segment.
Okay.
So,
right.
I do need to tell you this, though, Kevin, real quick.
Tell me.
Taco Tuesday deals at Taco Bueno, $1 party tacos, all locations.
On a Friday?
No, on Tuesdays.
Oh.
So Taco Tuesday deals, $1 party tacos on Tuesdays at all locations. So be ready for that.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding, dude. Well, that's right there in my pocket right there, too. So we can all do it.
Huh.
Did you have a thought there, Kevin?
Yeah, your thoughts?
I really thought you were changing the paradigm of how we did food deals, because I thought you were just changing Taco Tuesday on a Friday. I would love that if they were like, it's Taco Tuesday unless K&C is there, and then it's Taco Tuesday on a Friday, just like in December when they weirdly keep saying Sunday Night Football even though it's on a Saturday, because they're like, well, you got to know that brand. And I'm like, I'll still watch on a different day.
What I was told is Taco Bueno came to me and said, hey, since you have stalled out on Tank Top Tuesday, can we take Tuesdays over now?
Ooh,
and I was like, hey, anything for you guys.